So we've got this, we got to reassemble this. I had to, of course, put the felt in there. And that's dried by now. It's a little puffy, so I'm going to have to squish it down a little bit so that the ball slides in a little bit smoother. But then I had to do a quick repair on here. I had a crack and it broke, but that's a quick repair on there. And so now we're going to put this back together. If you remember, this was the pocket. It goes like that with these sides tucked in, and actually they have springs on them so you can pull it out. Springs on them, so you can pull them out and push them back in. So we're going to be working on that right now, and I'll show you that as I go. So I thought I was going to just do this, put this together, but I thought maybe I'd show you how it goes again. You can always go back and look at the older video, and I'll put a link in there for that one. But you've got what was essentially the pouch for a glove compartment. And the sides tuck in here. I got to angle that up a little bit because you're looking too much at the table here. There we go. So the sides tuck in here, and then eventually, when I get this all the way in there, there's springs that will screw onto the post here. We'll hook them on with little screws, and that'll give it the spring and it'll hold it in place. Right now, because this leather is old and kind of separate, even though the stitches are still good, it's kind of separated on the ends. It takes a little bit to get that in there, so I've got to find something smooth and thin. If I get this going in the right direction. Well, let's see, that's the top. Yeah, I think I do. So when you're getting this stuck in through here is a little tricky. Maybe if I slide it up further to the top and then slide it all in there. That's just not working. All right, let me just get it in there. Coming out the back a little bit. And this is even where I have to go back to the video here in a minute and make sure where the screws go. Make sure I've got this going the right direction. I think it is. Yeah, it's going the right direction. So I'm good with that. I just gotta get this pulled or threaded the rest of the way through. That's a little tight on it. By the way, fixing this and repainting this saved a lot of money, or restaining it. Saved a ton of money. It's a lot to get this panel replaced. And the new stuff, even though this is old, the new stuff is way cheaper. The pockets on the outside. Well, that's not working as good as I wanted to. There we go. Gotta get the thinking, let me get something thin to slide in it so I don't scratch it. All right, so a little, I use this as a, get the one end pulled down, and then I'm gonna use this as like a little putty knife. I think I'd find one, but I couldn't find a putty knife. It's here somewhere. goes there. Me. There we go. Boom. So it's through on both sides. And now I got to finish connecting up. But to do that, I got to go check out the old video. I'm pretty sure these went to, well, I just don't know. This part right here is for a wire holder that's missing. And this one, it's on this side. But I don't have that one at all, so I don't know what to do about that. Probably nothing. But then I'm trying to remember, but I'll go pull up the old video because I think this is where these screws, the springs go. So they loop through that little hole. I'm pretty sure that's where they go. But I'm gonna go check the video real quick. All right, so that's correct. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those screws on. So again, I'll show you the back real quick. These are the things, and they go to this up here at the top. And you can play back that other video, it's out there. In fact, I may decide to cut them and redo videos. Now the whole idea is to find the right screws that go in there. That's always a challenge. But hey, the video will help me with that. Okay, so I wanted to show you this real quick. I had forgotten how this actually went on there, so that's why even if you're never going to show it video to anybody, it's video what you're doing as best you can. So this has a little peg, and I'll show you here, that goes through the hole. It goes through this hole here, and then the spring goes on top of it. I don't really like that because it doesn't look like it's going to hold much. And then on the back side of that is a clip. And so this piece here needs to be reworked here. There we go. So this is just the metal grommet that goes through here, and that's pretty ate up, but we'll try to get that. So this goes through the holes there. And then the clip goes on the back side like that. And that didn't work because the holes stretched out too big. So I think using the metal grommets like I did on this side is going to be the right way to go, as what holds the spring in place. So we'll do that here in a minute. All right, so I've got the back, the passenger side all reassembled. Everything seems to work great. If you remember that wasn't working, that's not working now, and opening and closing the vent like it needs to. The only thing I don't like is this silver, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Actually, I should really paint it. Might pull this back off and do a quick shot of paint on that. See if it stays. Okay, so now it's back together. Hit it with a little bit of black. It ain't perfect, but I like it better than that ugly, dirty silver that was poking out of there. Now I got to put it back in, and we'll see how that looks. Alright, so I got everything fixed as far as the piece goes. It's getting ready to get put back in there. I took a little bread tie here, or bread tie, I took a little zip tie just to get this up out of the way. And then on the back, there's a hook over here to hold the rest of it up. And there should have been one on this side, but that doesn't seem to have been installed, or definitely it's missing. So the kick panel is drying. So now my job here is just to go ahead and put this back in place and let you guys see what it looks like. So I'm going to do that now. So the trick is you got to get this to stay in place while you install that. It's a little bit like that. Of course, this will have to come off again when this will have to come off again, or at least the top parts, when I redo the dash. So that'll be happening. So right now, I just got to try to get this all back up in place here. Where it'll be hooked into that little thing here. Tight fit in here for the. That's got to go in first. Yes. Other side of that. There we go. That gives me a little bit of room. Put that back into. First got this far and didn't bring a screwdriver. So that's always helpful. The side here I can get in. There we go. Oh, I did bring a screwdriver. Smart. I don't know if you can tell already, but that's a huge difference. You know what it does though? It makes me look at this and go, that's got to come off and get painted, because that is doesn't look great that way. All right, so I've got a couple more screws to put in up here, one more down here, and then we'll be all set. We're back. In place. Like she should be. I'm gonna come in and get something to eat in a minute. I got this piece and it looks really good. No.
What are we looking at?
This used to be that.
Oh, yeah, that does look good.
Yeah.
There's no glove compartment?
Well, just these.
Just pockets? Okay.
Yep. Well, what do you think? I think it looks really good. Everything's in place. I got to figure out where the courtesy light goes. And then the kick panel will go in. And that side will be looking like a real car.